So I'm going to kind of play with this a bit. And along with that, I'm also going to continue. I have some more tributes to you for you here throughout, spread out throughout the show. Coming up a little later on, a tribute to Leonard Nimoy, who played on Star Trek as Mr. Spock. And I have a tribute coming up to Suzanne, the young girl who played on the Partridge Family, one of the youngest Partridge. We're going to have that coming up too. On radio and TV classics here on GJRB. Hope you're enjoying the program. Playing and remembering some classic stuff from the bygone days of radio and TV here on GJRB. And I've got more really good fun stuff here. Right now, though, I'm going to slide down here a little bit and do some trivia while we got the line doing that. Remember, if you are listening on my Twitter page, which I've got to get connected here again, and I'm going to go to that. I'm going to go to my Spreaker end here a little bit. Gonna line up here and post on my Google Plus. Let's see here we're at. Okay, I'm posting there. Just did that, and I'm going to embed a widget for you here while we're sitting there. Okay. Okay. Let's go to my profile here real quick, see if I can get it to go up here. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to redo this. So we have two up so we can get some listeners out there. Still goose egg yet, but we're live here. And we got 12 minutes and 34 seconds left in this segment. So I'm going to... let's see here. Run. Okay. So I'm going to keep on going here till the end of the segment and do some trivia here. And this is where it's going to be. Like I said before, if you are on Twitter, all you got to do is go down to where my antique radio emblem is and hit View Down Media. It will pop up right there. Radio and TV Classics Live. There's a balloon there. It's our comic book balloon. You can click that. It'll take you right back into our Spreaker main page. And there you can answer any trivia question that you might have. And let's see if we can get some answers on here. Right now, so I'm going to go down to where I can find at least some trivia questions in the world of movies and television. At least that. Let's see what we get here. Because I found this page and I thought, wow, it's great because it's kind of aimed at radio people. So I thought I found that and post some stuff. There's questions in decades in entertainment, and some other things on here. So I'm kind of going down the line here and finding some stuff. First off, I went to down the ways to decades, and I was getting trivia questions from the 60s, basically. So I'm going to pick one and see what we could do with it, just to see how many people are out there. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to pick a slightly easier one to start off with, and then go from there. Okay, starting off with, in what year did the Beatles arrive in the USA? What year did the Beatles arrive in the USA? Then we'll go up a page here. let's see, gonna go here. October 16th, 1964, what country detonated its first nuclear weapons test? October 16th, 1964, what country detonated its first nuclear weapons test? Okay, so a couple of questions we'll get started with, just to see if there's anybody out there and on Spreaker land today here on GJRB. 563-241-6114. Gary J's Radio and TV Classics. I'll try to get some radio and TV questions in here. And let's drop over to the TV guide bit here, because I'm going to do that next. And like I said, I cannot find anything for 1967. Close enough. The only closest I come to when looking at this TV guide thing. Now, I got to do whatever I plan to show under my show prep is to let the TV guide website dictate to me, actually, which year I'm going to cover. Because a lot of times this website that I look at isn't going to give me the year I want or the time I want. So I've got to go around and kind of play around with it a little bit in order to find what I'm looking for as far as listings. Now, there's a link here called This Week in TV Guide. They give you a list of years or a list of months. So I'm going down the page here on this site. Okay, and I'm going down to 1967. And I'm looking in the closest thing that I come to for 1967 anytime. And unfortunately, this is true according to this web page. August. We have August of 67. Let's go May. Up a bit, May 65, 67, then May. Okay, so they're not giving me anything for May of 67, and I thought there was one on here. They give me May of 68, but then they give me June 3rd, 1967. It's about the closest I can get. So I'm going to change things away, switch 365 degrees. Now, I'm going to change it a little bit. Back to their main page. I want to go back to their home page for a minute. Go back to the... Well, where is that home page? Let's go. I'm going to go one arrow back. Okay, here we go. We're gonna change things 360. Like I said before, I have to let that website dictate to me exactly what year I could do listings for. Okay. And it's telling me I can do it for the week of May 25th, 1968. So I'm going to go ahead a year now. Ahead a year to 1968. And I don't have the list of just have a big long article with various paragraphs that will lead me to where I can at least give you a general idea what was on the air at that time. They have different things on this. Let's see, what's this one? Click here, turn on. Okay, that leads me to Wikipedia. Okay, let me see here. You're in the picture. Okay, let me see. Go program down the ways to. Let's see. All I can do is go down. Let's go here. Patrick McGowan, yeah. This is the show I've talked about for a lot of times. A lot of people look at me like I'm nuts, but I remember this show. Patrick McGowan in a TV show called The Prisoner. Yeah, that was on at this time in 1967. Patrick McGowan. Great show. Seen this in reruns a couple of times, although I've never watched it in its entirety. Hoping maybe eventually if I ever get Netflix, I might try to find it. Great series. Now they don't give me the listings exactly, but they're giving me some of the stuff here. During the 1960s, let's do Ed Sullivan. During the 1960s, Hollywood Palace, the premier variety show. Okay, Ed Sullivan Show. Schedule Mike Douglas, Nancy Sinatra, Spanky and Our Gang, comedians Gauzy, Mitchell and Bobby Ranson, Hendra and who else? The Muppets even. That goes back. Roller skating too. Okay. That's an interesting one. And like I said before, they don't give me no TV listings, but there's one really interesting one that I thought I'd point out here. In this time in 1968, Memorial Day was scheduled on May 30th. At this time in 1968, Memorial Day was scheduled on May 30th. Holiday wasn't moved until the current fourth Monday in May until 1971. So now, Memorial Day meant one thing. Indianapolis 500, and back then Indianapolis 500 was not carried live. They never carried it live. You had to go to a movie theater to watch it live. They had like a satellite feed or something at the time. It was never televised live. Instead, it was presented in highlight on the Wide World of Sports. Couple of weeks. And if you wanted to follow the race, you had two ways to do it. Either through radio or via closed circuit at the movie theater. So that's the only way you could watch the Indy 500 in those days. They never carried it live. And when they did later on, but back then they only carried it in tape delay. So it was recorded and then rebroadcast. That's what they had to do back then. I remember that. All right, we're nearing the end of this segment. Radio and TV classics. Coming up in this next half hour, more retro prime time, and we'll look actually at the TV schedule for 1967, 68, according to Wikipedia. I'm going to go in there and I'll find that and I'll do that. But what I'm going to have to do from now on is let TV Guide's webpage dictate this TV Guide. Now, this is a neat webpage. If you ever get a chance to stop in and look at it, it's called It's About TV. It's About TV Guide is what the website is. It's About TV Guide. It's the guy named Mitchell Hadley. He's the author and blogger, critic, and cultural archaeologist, and watcher of way too much television, according to the site. Click here to read a complete profile. So, I'm going to get a hold of this guy. I might having him on a radio and TV classic sometime. But anyway, I would love to talk to this guy to find out is there a way anyone can find. And what I'm going to do is go down to the local library here, because someone told me that there is microfiche copies of pages of TV guides. So I might go that direction, but I'll probably be giving you the listings for this area. So I'm going to look for that. Plan on doing that for the show prep for the next program, for the next edition. So, which case, that's what we'll probably do. All right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and when I come back, I will bring you more of this fun stuff, because I love doing this old radio and TV classic stuff, because, it's great memories. It's going back to a time before we had to worry about what we got. Let's get away from reality for a while.